How to put a choke on your KS7. So basically you can get the Kel-Tec KSG choke, and if you're wondering, no, the KSG choke does not fit. So basically you have to tighten it down to torque spec, mark the bottom of it, and then you're going to basically notch out with a Dremel tool. I used a Dremel with a sandpaper type bit in it. That seemed to work the best. I tried a grinding wheel. The grinding wheel didn't work too well. But basically, you're going to grind a little half circle to get enough clearance to tighten down your little knob. Now, the good news is once this knob's on here, this obviously is never going to come off, so one locks the other on. Yeah, I got dirty hands, yeah. So basically, one locks the other one on. But yeah, but for clarity, the KSG choke does not fit on the KS7 without modification. And I'm sure Kel-Tec will not appreciate that kind of modification when it comes to your warranty, so beware. But yeah, that's basically how you can fit a choke adapter onto your KS7. I got the KS7 because 1, it was lighter, 2, it was single stack, and I wasn't really interested in double stack, and then 3, it was just bull pump and really cool. And you can actually get these things. I've seen 2 sales where they're, one sale for $300 by Palmetto State Armory. They sold out almost instantly. I believe I paid $140 for this one plus FFL exchange fee. Thank you, federal government. But overall, I really like the gun. I've already done a trigger mod. I want to say it was by a Carbon. If you start looking into aftermarket parts, Carbon's going to come up. But yeah, I really didn't want to spend a ton of money on a choke adapter, and that's basically the cheapest option when you're already buying a super cheap gun because A, it's cool, and B, it's affordable. So yeah, basically that's just the basic Kel-Tec choke adapter. I want to say it was like around $30. It was very affordable. The trigger lightning spring kit, it worked pretty good. I want to say this trigger pulls at 5.5 pounds now on my scale, of course. I would cock it and play with it, but it actually is loaded, so I'm not going to do that. There's not one in the chamber, but there are ammunition in the tube just in case you need to cock it if an intruder comes into your house, and hopefully that scares them away and no shots fired. Peaceful resolution. Not to be confused with revolution. This is a crappy Amazon. I think it was some kind of sling. Don't buy like the dirt cheap Amazon slings. They're not any good. This has been fine though, and this was some cheap eBay or Amazon crap one. I just thought the shell holder was cool, and it was like, oh yeah, carry some extra ammo with you. I unloaded it because, as you can see, I left it loaded for probably about a month, and it started to actually stretch out a little bit. I haven't operated this gun extensively. I've probably only shot like 20 times, as a matter of fact, so don't take this as a reliability, durability review. There's a lot better YouTubers for that kind of thing. But overall, impressions of the gun, I really like it. It's really loud. Those of you guys who are wondering, like, well, does it feed like a Mossberg? Or because that obviously looks familiar to you if you're a Mossberg 590, 500 guy. And the answer is no. It feeds really rough. As a matter of fact, you can see there's shells in it. Let me get some focus in here. Yeah, basically it catches up on a ledge, as a matter of fact, if you feed it on this side. It's the weirdest thing. I don't even know if you can see the ledge. So I heard one YouTuber talking about modifying it to where it didn't have that ledge. If you do that, this gun will not hold shotgun shells. So don't make that modification. He sent his back off to Kel-Tec. They fixed it. So basically when you feed them, you're going to, as a matter of fact, I'm going to actually show you how to feed it with, that's right, live rounds. Why I found most successful. So yeah, if you go in at a side angle, sometimes they can jam up. Maybe it was on the right. Yeah. But I find the easiest way to actually feed this thing is to actually, I like to drop one in like such, and then, so you have one shell staying in there, and then you can actually set this other shell like so on top, just for reference. And basically you can, it's weird, but they both, as you can see, just fall right in there, and you can actually double feed it. So that's not a terrible feature. It is annoying to load, and you're going to want to load it a lot to get used to loading it because of how annoying it is. These are not factory defects, but in fact they're scratches because I treat all my guns like combat weapons and therefore destroy them slowly and systematically. All in all, I'm a big fan of this gun, though. Really awesome gun. Like I said, I did the trigger mods to it. I really enjoy this thing, though. I really do. And that was obviously, I know if you guys are looking for choke mods, I mean, they're so expensive. This was pretty freaking cheap out the door. So there's that. Everybody have a good one. There's your short term review. Maybe after I actually shoot it over 100 times, I'll actually give you a 100-round review. But the shots I shot were fine. Everything seemed to work fine. It's kind of like the most stressful gun to buy because you're like, well, is it going to work? Well, most of the time, as long as it fires one shot, or even if it just racks, you've won most of your battle with a 12 gauge shotgun usually. So, but yeah, I love the gun overall. Super, super, super short. Just love it. Thanks, YouTube. Like and subscribe.